Hello, nice to have you join us on this edition of Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwu. Today we'll be focusing on the southern region of the nation. But before we get into that, let's have a look at the top stories making the rounds at the moment. The Lagos State Special Offences Court, sitting in Ikeja, has assumed jurisdiction to hear the allegations of accepting gratification, corrupt demand and receiving property fraudulently obtained made against the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. Justice Rahman Oshodi, in his ruling delivered this morning, held that the prosecution, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, successfully established that the court has territorial jurisdiction to entertain counts 8 to 20 of the 26 counts charge made against the former CBN governor, based on various facts represented in the evidence attached to the case file. The court, however, agreed with lawyers to Mr. Emefiele that counts 1 to 4 of the charge are unconstitutional, as they are not based on any existing laws in Nigeria. On April 8, 2024, the EFCC had arraigned Mr. Emefiele before the court on the 26 counts charge, bordering on alleged abuse of office and irregular allocation of $4.5 billion and 2.8 billion naira, respectively. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission has filed charges against the former Commissioner of Finance in Kaduna State, Bashir Saidu, over alleged financial misappropriation and money laundering. The embattled former commissioner was arrested some weeks ago by the Kaduna State Police Command over allegations of diversion of public funds and later remanded at the Correctional Center in the Kaduna State capital. An assistant legal officer at the ICPC filed the case against the former finance commissioner at the Federal High Court in Kaduna. He was charged alongside the staff of the Ministry of Finance, Ibrahim Mokhtar, on a 2-count charge of money laundering. Mr. Saidu served as the Commissioner of Local Government Affairs, Chief of Staff to the Government House, and later Commissioner of Finance under the El Rufai administration. We start off in Rivers State, where the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDD, says it is set to resume on the 3.6-kilometer Borokiri-Okrika Road and Bridge in Rivers State. Speaking in Port Harcourt at a stakeholders interactive forum on the Borokiri-Okrika Bridge project, the NDDC Executive Director and Finance and Administration, Boma Iyayi, assured that the current board of the commission is prioritizing the project owing to its benefits to the people and the country's economy.
The 3.6-kilometer Borokiri-Okrika Road and Bridge, which links the coastal Okrika local government area of Port Harcourt, the River State capital, is one of the NDDC's legacy projects awaiting completion. Awarded in 2012, this project has suffered setbacks largely due to contract variation and the inability of the Commission to get an approved budget for the past 4 years. Ahead of the resumption of work on this project, the Commission's Executive Director of Finance and Administration, Boma Iyayi, holds an interactive forum with his people to give them a sense of belonging and to pave way for seamless work.
In the past 4 years, there has been no budget approved for NDDC. We could not go further with the project. But by the special grace of God, upon the coming of His Excellency President Tinubu, this project is now part and parcel of the 2024 NDDC budget.
The Wakirike Kingdom, comprising Okrika and Ogubolo local government areas, who are direct beneficiaries, commend the current NDDC board for taking steps to revive the project. They promised to give the contractor the needed support to ensure timely completion.
My candid advice to the leadership of NDDC is to get us a reliable contractor to start our job. And be rest assured that we will support you. Count on my support. Any person that wants to bring any trouble, we will visit the person with trouble.
Let us keep politics where it is supposed to be. Let us also keep development where it is supposed to be and ask ourselves, what do we want? Even with politics, the ultimate we want is the development and welfare of our people. Let us make sure this project is executed to the letter.
Other stakeholders of the area applaud President Bola Tinubu for bringing hope to the people, noting that the road will turn around the socio-economic fortunes of the coastal local government area.
When Mr. President said he was coming with renewed hope, I know and I believe that our kings, our chiefs, even our ancestors knew that a dead child will be woken up in Okrika, which is this bridge. My goodwill message to Mr. President is just to thank him for renewing our hope.
The bridge will not only facilitate easier movement and commerce, but also symbolize hope, the renewed hope we are talking about. Progress and unity.
Aside from connecting several coastal communities to Port Harcourt, the River State capital, when completed, the road will reduce traffic congestion on the refinery axis of the east-west road and reduce travel time from Okrika to Port Harcourt.
The Delta State Governor, Sheriff Borokiri, has charged community leaders in the state to always employ mediation and dialogue in resolving disputes for sustainable peace and development of the state. Governor Borokiri gave the charge at a meeting with Presidents General of Communities and Kingdoms held in Asaba. He appealed to the Presidents General to ensure unity, peace, inclusiveness and accountability in their communities. Earlier, President General of the Delta State Forum of Kingdoms, Clans and Communities, Prince Igwe Nzeuku, thanked Governor Borokiri for the numerous infrastructural developments across the entire state. He said the programs and projects of the governor are already yielding fruits, adding that the people are happy with developments across the state in such a short time.
Okay, I'm too grateful. There are always conflicts, there are always challenges, there are community disputes, there are boundary disputes. But the best way to go about it is mediation and dialogue. Because you will fight, you will do this. At the end of the day, you will still go back to that mediation to resolve that issue. Why not start with that mediation? Why not start with that dialogue? Why confrontation? And I believe the people we have here are very mature and experienced persons from the communities, the kingdom. Because as a community leader, as a President General, you are holding that position of trust on behalf of your kingdom and your community. So you must do the right thing to bring peace and unity to your community and your kingdom. It is also good for you to say, in this my local government, the President General can meet and say this project is a project that will benefit the interest of the local government, not just only your community. And when projects come like this, protect the projects.
Our workaholic governor, we want to use this rare opportunity to thank you for all the infrastructural and human capital development policies and programs in line with the moral agenda of your administration. We want to let you know that your programs are already yielding fruits, and all leaders are happy with you for transforming the state in just a short time in office. The people's governor will pledge our loyalty and continuous support to the administration to enable you to do more for our people across all the 7 ethnic nationalities in Delta State. We are happy that you are performing very wonderful in steering the ship of the state. Therefore, we must commend you for being us all proud as one of the best governors in the country.
Over in Edo State, the State Universal Basic Education Board maintains that the state government's stance on providing quality education for children in the state remains firm, and no staff will be allowed to drop the ball. The chairman of the State Universal Basic Education Board, Mr. Paddy Iyamo, insisted on this position during an inspection tour of schools in Benin City, the Edo capital, to monitor staff compliance with the resumption date. A teacher in one of the schools visited was reprimanded for negligence in her duties.
It's the first day of the second term in Edo schools, and the chairman of the State Universal Basic Education Board, Subeb Edo State, and his team, on a mission to monitor staff compliance, begin inspection at Adesua Primary School on Dawson Road in Edo local government area of the state.
How many students are supposed to be here? Two. 402. I think this is not acceptable.
The Subeb chairman during the exercise makes a finding he considers worrisome. One of the teachers had allegedly given a pupil pass for a wrong spelling.
The child is spelling grateful, and look at the way he's spelling grateful. Is that how you want to be teaching the children? It doesn't work. You can't allow a child to be learning in a very wrong way like this. And you are saying that you send somebody else to mark it. That's nonsense. Complete nonsense.
The team also visits Eweka Primary School in Obazagbon community, also in Oredo local government area, where reconstruction work is ongoing. The school was in a dilapidated condition the last time the governor of Edo State, Mande Okweolo, and the Subeb chairman visited.
Not do well. Nobody believes that this school is still right up again.
You attended this school?
I attended from 63 to 70. I finished in 1970. Now here they born me.
Very good.
God bless all us.
You know the governor is a performer. Now talking to do. You know, last year we came here and the school was in a very bad shape, dilapidated, completely finished. Even the children that were inside the school were learning in a place where you have no windows, no chairs, leaking roof and all that. So the governor gave a marching order. He came here himself, and immediately he left here, he gave that marching order. So what you are seeing here today is a testament of what the governor can do.
Mr. Iyamo maintains that the state government is determined to ensure Edo children receive quality education and no detractions will be tolerated.
The teacher who was found wanting in the other place was going to be suspended outrightly, because we won't take any nonsense in this government. You cannot be teaching a child and the child is writing the wrong thing and you are marking and giving the child a score. So it's not acceptable in this government. Every teacher must be qualified to be able to pass on the required knowledge to every Edo child. We don't have room for mediocres.
The Subeb team also took its monitoring to other schools in Benin City, including Uwa and Emotan primary schools. Jessica Olugusere, Channels Television News.
In the face of the tight economic cut across the country, the Cross River State government has provided food items and cash gifts to women across the 18 local government areas of the state. Speaking during the event in Calabar, the state capital, the wife of the governor, Bishop Oyemo Otu, explained that the outreach is necessary to support them cater for their family, especially with the harsh economic challenge. According to the government, the gesture is also to appreciate the women for their unwavering supports to the Otu's-led administration.
Women in their numbers cut across the 18 local government areas of Cross River State have benefited from the state's distribution of food items and cash gifts to help them cope with the economic situation. According to the state government, the women have shown so much love and commitment to Otu's administration, and it's important to reciprocate their gesture.
Resilience, I see doggedness, I see dedication, I see support, I see commitment, I see love, I see support. And what do I have to say for this show of love other than to say thank you? There is no other word than either thank you, I am grateful, or God bless you. And so I stand out here as Maria herself to thank the wonderful women, the quintessential women, the delectable women, women of sense, belonging, the women with brains and capacity, the women with love, the women that have decided to bond and to unite, to come as a team to make this possible.
The women are also taking through a lecture on various entrepreneurship skills and programs they can use to create jobs for themselves, as not all can be employed by the government.
The Bank of Industry came up with a program to support women-focused MSMEs. And we are believing that Cross River State should be the first to benefit from that program, which is why we are going to be very aggressive in organizing you, in training you, in profiling you, and in moving on to Bank of Industry to ensure that Cross River State gets that first shot at whatever they are going to bring.
They are overwhelmed by the state government's intervention. The representative who speaks on their behalf shows gratitude and promises that she and the other women will continue to do more to support the O2 administration.
You can see so many of us are appointed. So many of us commissioners, all we are there. And it's because of the love they have and the conviction that we are together working for them.
With this initiative, the Cross River State government says it's using this to demonstrate its commitment to the welfare of women and its determination to make a positive impact in the lives of citizens.
Welcome back. The traditional ruler of Opobo Kingdom in River State, King Dadison Jaja, has called on natives and residents of the states to embrace love, peace and unity in order to move the state and the nation forward in 2025. King Jaja made this call in Opobo during the celebration of this year's Opobo International Charity Day 2025. The event, which is put together by sons and daughters of the kingdom to give back to the community. Our correspondent Charles Oporom reports.
It's a gathering of illustrious sons and daughters of Opobo Kingdom in Opobo local government area of River State. They are here to celebrate the Opobo International Charity Day, during which they give back to some of their kinsmen who may be in need. It presents a perfect opportunity for the traditional ruler of the community, His Royal Majesty Dadison Jaja, to call for peace and unity in the nation.
We cannot emphasize the need for people to help others who are in need. The kingdom is now being properly exposed to outside world since we got connected to the mainland. We're having so many people coming streaming into this kingdom, and I think it's now properly positioned for tourism and for other developmental strides. So there is need really for our people to come home. Let them come home with all the talent they have acquired to try and improve the condition at home.
One of the conveners explains that it's not a one-off event, as this is the second edition.
So as it's happening in Opobo town, which happens to be the center capital of the local government, we have the same going on in Kalibiama, we have the same going on in Queenstown, in Minima, in Epelema, and other communities. So it will be veritable to say that every 2nd of January has been declared by the Opobo people as a day for goodwill, gifting, and care.
Presenting cash to the elderly via a Cash for Elders initiative, a son of the community and founder of the Albino Foundation, Mr. Jake Epele, says the money will aid vulnerable elders in the community.
It's an honor and a thing of joy to see these elderly people breathe. Furthermore, I am in touch with the king, and we have decided to scale up our intervention. The king is the chairman of the board, we are now going to build a special old people home in Opobo, where we will move some of the people we saw that are in very pathetic situation into those homes. We will provide medical services, we will provide food, we will look after them. Part of that home will be hospice service.
Beneficiaries who spoke to Channels Television are grateful for the intervention.
I want to especially thank the Opobo Foundation USA for the scholarship they awarded me. It has been so good, and I pray God bless them, and I'll make sure to put my very best to make sure their effort doesn't go in vain.
I thank everybody, including Jack Epele, because he's a philanthropy. He wants to give the service to his people. We are very proud of him.
Other highlights of the event include presentation of clothes, books, food, and cash gifts to members of the community. Charles Opobo, Channels Television News.
The Akwa Ibom State Governor, Pastor Umo Eno, has assured the newly appointed Commissioner of Police, Baba Mohammed Azare, of the necessary support to enable him combat crime as well as maintain peace and security in the state. The governor gave the assurance when he received the new police commissioner, who paid a courtesy visit to his office in the government house, Uyo. The governor expresses satisfaction with the choice of Mr. Azare, who has served previously in the state as Deputy Commissioner of Operations. This, he says, has provided him with adequate knowledge of the terrain and security situation. He says the state government has always maintained a robust working relationship with security agencies in the state, stressing that such will continue to prevail in order to enhance peace and development in the state. CP Baba Mohammed Azare assumed duties a few days ago as the new police commissioner in the state, and this is the first official visit to the governor, Pastor Umo Eno. Massive arrests were made in 2024 by the Eastern Ports Command of the Nigerian Police. The Eastern Ports Commissioner of Police, Mr. Jimo Moshood, made this known in Port Harcourt, the River State's capital, a situation he attributes to improved operational capabilities. He said that under his leadership, the command recorded major achievements and breakthroughs. Mr. Moshood made the comments during a decoration ceremony for newly promoted officers.
In the new year 2025, there's going to be improved critical stakeholders and community engagement. By this, the command will constantly engage the host communities in Rivers Port, Onne Port, Calabar Port, and Warri Port, and other critical stakeholders that are operating at this port. This continued partnership with the police will ensure safe and secure environment for port operation and other marine business activities to continue to go smoothly without hitches. Second, there is going to be reinvigoration of interagency collaboration. The Port Authority Police Command, Eastern Port, will improve on the cordial working relationship between the police and other security and safety agencies at the port toward the attainment of optimum security and safety at the port to enhance the policy of the federal government of Nigeria in providing enabling environment for commerce and port businesses to continue to thrive. There are equally going to be new crime prevention and control strategies that will be adopted in this wise to be able to nip in the bud all form of criminal activities and criminalities within the port. And this was adopted equally in the last year, which has yielded positive results in ensuring that we are able to have a grasp of the management of crime and criminality within the port, thereby reducing the criminalities to the BRS throughout the last year.
In a continuous bid to improve the welfare of Army personnel, the General Officer commanding 6th Division of the Nigerian Army has commissioned multiple projects at the 343 Artillery Regiment in Elele Barracks, River State. At the commissioning on Tuesday, he charged commanders to ensure troops under their command as well as their families are faring well. Our correspondent, Deborah Agbalama, now reports.
The General Officer commanding 6th Division of the Nigerian Army, Major General Jamal Abdul Salam, and other senior officers are at the 343 Artillery Regiment in Ilele Barracks, Rivers State, to inaugurate newly completed facilities. These include a remodeled 30-room block, a 300-meter road connecting the senior non-commissioned officers' quarters to the medical center, and a recreational center featuring squash and tennis courts.
By the commanding officer 343 Artillery Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel E. Khan, for the use of the barrack community and humanity. To God be the glory.
Speaking shortly after the commissioning, the GOC explains that the renovations align with the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede's philosophy of prioritizing troops' welfare through the Soldiers First initiative.
General Oluyede has said the time without number that he's going to put the soldier first, meaning that for every decision he is going to take, the welfare and concern of the soldier will be the driving force.
He commends the commanding officer of the 343 Artillery Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Edward Khan, for taking proactive steps to improve facilities for the benefit of the personnel under his command.
All the projects are projects that impact directly on the well-being of our soldiers. Before coming here, we commissioned a 200-meter concrete road that linked the hospital and the senior NCO quarters. And now we're here to commission this refurbished, renovated Block 40 here in Ilele Barracks.
In 2024, the Nigerian Army's 6th Division commissioned a number of structural projects. It's optimistic that 2025 will also be a good year for its personnel. Deborah Balama, Channels Television News.
And that's where we drop the anchor on this edition of Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiru. Kindly stay with Channels Television for updates on news.